Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm just going to be doing like a full face of makeup and just kind of having a casual chat. I don't have anything new to try to show you guys, so I thought I would just use some of my kind of older products. Yeah, just to kind of bring something out for you guys, and just kind of talk about things I'm grateful for, because we're still in a time of lockdown, and kind of things are a bit up in the air with everything, so we just need to kind of relax and just chill out a bit. So I thought I would use some products. Yeah, like I said, nothing is new, everything is kind of old, but there's one or two products here and there that I haven't used in quite a while. But yeah, just gonna kind of bring you on that journey with me. So I'm starting off with my e.l.f. primer, which I've mentioned so many times how much I love this primer. It is just so softening, and just it does what a primer is supposed to do, basically. I have been doing a lot of declutter videos, so if you haven't seen any of those, please check them out. They're just me kind of, I think they're kind of quite chilled, because it's just me kind of like, oh, do I want to keep this, do I want to do that? There's no like putting on makeup, it's kind of like getting rid of makeup, and just kind of sorting out my life basically in that aspect. So, well, part of my life basically, but obviously when I'm kind of like sorting out my makeup, it's kind of throwing me back to the times I spent my money on them. And I was just like, well, didn't know at the time they weren't so great. But it's kind of like a lot of influencers are like that as well. They're kind of like, oh, I didn't know this was good or this was that. But a lot of the times, obviously, if they're like sponsored, they're like, oh, this product's so good, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, I'm like, yeah, this is so good. But it just, you weren't to know if they were good at the time. I mean, a lot of the products that I did get rid of were just ones that I haven't used in so long. And I think I've got one more to upload for you guys, because I have gone through like all my stuff now. So hopefully it'll be okay for when we move. So if you haven't really been watching any of my videos, or if you're new, hello, I'm Mina, hello. And yeah, I currently live in like this kind of place with my husband, but we have to move very soon. So we are moving hopefully at the end of July, which is this month right now that we're in. We're almost halfway through July already, bloody hell. So I'm just kind of decluttering my makeup. I have been decluttering other stuff like my clothes. I haven't done that like majorly yet. But I've done three videos so far on my decluttering. So my first one was my palettes, which was a big mission, because I still have a lot of palettes that I kind of going through, and kind of like being quite tough on myself, because where we're moving to is going to where we're hopefully moving to is going to be quite small, so I cannot take a lot of stuff with me, in the aspect of unnecessary stuff. So I'm trying to get my foundation just out of the tube. So yeah, the whole declutter videos are obviously for that purpose alone. And I just thought I'd film them, because if I've ever watched anyone else do a declutter video, they're just really nice and relaxing to watch. And the first one that I uploaded, which was my palettes one, has seemed to be doing quite well on my channel. I'm really surprised. But I have uploaded my lipsticks one, and the last one I uploaded was like my foundation and primers, and the one that I'll be uploading very soon, it will be out before this video, is going to be kind of like my blushes and my highlighters and everything, which was very difficult to do, which I'm going to say quite often, because people grow attached to things, and I know it shouldn't be growing attached to makeup, but when you obviously spend your hard-earned money, and it's difficult to let go, especially when it comes to like me, and I'm a big figure collector. I haven't bought really any figures in the past, oh god, about a year or so, because I just haven't really been around. So I used to work in a comic shop, and I obviously the discount was pretty good, and I am a geek, basically. Or a nerd, or whatever. I'll call it a geek. Um, but yeah, obviously, like, the whole comics thing and the whole figures and movies and, stuff like that. So I am a big collector of like Marvel, DC figures and mostly Universal Monsters. And mostly pop vinyls. So I'm sure a lot of people know what pop vinyls are, because they are being sold everywhere. Like, where like like they sell them in Primark. They sell oh god, like nearly not everywhere, obviously, but they sell them in a lot of places where you would not expect pop vinyls to be. And they're basically, I read a comment somewhere that they're like the kind of modern day Beanie Babies, which they really are, because if you're around in the 90s, you would know like Beanie Babies were like a big thing. Like they were kind of the collectible, like they would be worth thousands of pounds and hundreds of pounds and stuff. I don't know about them now, but the thing is with pop vinyls, yes, some of them are really kind of rare, and special, but they're so mass produced now. Like there are pop vinyls for kind of everything, and it's getting a little bit over the top. But my point is, yeah, I used to collect a lot of figures, and maybe when we move in, I don't know if I can get everything out, because when I say I have a lot, I have a lot. And so does my husband as well. He doesn't have as much as I do because I'm more bad when it comes to like buying, buying stuff, unnecessary stuff. That's what I used to do when I used to live with my parents. I used to God, it must have been like every week or so, I'd be coming home with like a couple of new pop vinyls. And I got to a point where I was just like, this is getting ridiculous. So when we were moving to this place, I had to kind of sell quite a few on eBay. It wasn't like a lot, like there weren't like none of them were really my Universal Monster ones, because they were ones that I will be keeping. I'll be passing them on to my children, hopefully one day if I have children. But yeah, they are, I would not be getting rid of those. And I think now I probably won't get rid of anything, well, unless I really, really have to. But, you know, I'll be doing like a tour of that. I'd love to show you guys what figures I've got, because I do have a lot of like Marvel DC ones, like I mentioned, because obviously, people love like the Marvel films and the DC films. Obviously, like the Universal Monster stuff, like not many people kind of are into that. Obviously, if you love horror films like me, I do have quite a few horror pop vinyls and figures, that I can definitely like show you guys what I've got. We've got like a display case already, so we'll be taking that with us. And yeah, we'll just be kind of putting out our babies, because a lot of them are still kind of in boxes. So that's one thing that's that has been a little bit sad, is that some of them had to just like stay in boxes, but I've got a lot of them out at the moment, kind of looking over us. But yeah, when we move, I'll definitely like show you guys what our collections are like. So I'm just kind of packing on this highlighter, because this is one of my favorite highlighters ever. This is like the Revolution Set the Tone, and I have used this quite a few times, if you've watched some of my videos. But yeah, I'm going to move on to the eyes next, and I've got a kind of in between two palettes that I wanted to use, because I wanted to like do a red look today. Are you surprised? So I've got the mini EYM berry palette, and I've also got the mini elf, what's this called? This is the Berry Bad. So two berries. I'm thinking of maybe incorporating both palettes together, because I want to use this kind of dark shade on the corner, and there's quite a few shimmers in this one. So I'm going to do that, because I was like, should I just use one palette, not use the other? But then might as well use both. So yeah, I wanted to talk about, just dropping my brushes, wanted to kind of talk about things like on a happy note, because I've been very kind of I've not never been negative like on here, because I don't really want to bring a lot of my private life into my videos, because this is just like makeup. It's not about my private stuff. But yeah, I've been wanting to kind of talk about happy things, because I everything in lockdown has been really kind of strenuous. I started a new job during lockdown, and I've never worked. Well, last week I did one day in the office, but it's very kind of, I don't know if anyone else has started a new job during lockdown, but it's been very difficult to kind of adapt to everything. And it's been playing a lot on my mental health, which I've kind of struggled a long time with. I'm not even gonna lie about that, because I like to be honest. I like to be quite open about things, because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm that kind of Scorpio that is just always wanting to just be honest and, just talk about real life stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to just be happy and just kind of talk about positive things. So, the main positive thing I'm grateful for is my husband, who is my rock. Like, he is like the person that is making me want to wake up every day and just be positive and happy. And I do feel bad that I'm always kind of sad and, not so positive around him, but he is so there to help. But yeah, he is my the most amazing person ever. One day I'll hopefully have him on the channel so he can maybe do my makeup or do something, because a lot of my friends have been asking for that, so it's quite funny. So hopefully I can get him on my channel soon. And also, yeah, my family, I'm just very grateful to have such a lovely family, and my friends who are awesome. Obviously it's been difficult to not really see anyone during lockdown, but it's just kind of those things that are quite inevitable when you're just in the lockdown. You can't see anyone. I'm actually going into this EYM palette now, so I'm going in with the shade called Hickory Smoke, which is just going to be patted into the corner, just darkened out slightly. What I'm very grateful for is music. So I know that's typical boring stuff, but honestly, if you, I grew up listening to such different kind of genres of music, but my main kind of love is classic rock music and metal and stuff like that. So yesterday when I was coming back from seeing my mum, I was listening to George Harrison. So if no one knows who George Harrison is, why? But yeah, he is one of the members of the Beatles, and he was actually the most successful kind of Beatle. I know Paul McCartney is alive, and so is Ringo, but when it comes to albums and kind of success, it was all about George was kind of up there. And I have been listening to his solo albums for a few years now, and they are just some of the most beautiful music in the whole world. And I was just listening to that a lot on the way home. His music is a lot about peace and happiness, and he was a Hare Krishna, so a lot of them, obviously, their whole main aspect, I guess, is, I mean, I don't really know much about Hare Krishnas, but they're just about happiness and calm and enlightenment. And it just kind of got me thinking about, my own happiness and, just trying to kind of live your life, just be happy and, just take each day as it comes. Like his album, All Things Must Pass, is just one of my favorite albums of all time. It is just the most gorgeous. Yeah, I guess it is. I'm kind of talking about the makeup and the music at the same time. Yeah, it's just an album that had really got me through some crazy times, like when I used to just have a lot of panic attacks before I kind of had CBT. Not that CBT has kind of gotten rid of it, but helped me kind of control it. I used to listen to that album, and it would really help me to kind of relax and calm down and be in the moment. So yeah, if you ever really want to listen to some really good kind of chilled out just good music, George Harrison is for me, like one of the main people that I would always listen to. And obviously, like my favorite band in the whole world is Led Zeppelin. I've mentioned that like about a million trillion times, and if you know me, you know the obsession that I have with them. Um, but yeah, they are just. I've always been kind of. If I've ever been in like a really bad mood, they would be my kind of go-to band, obviously, because they are just for me they are like the everything when it comes to like music and just being able to like relax and calm down, and I know what to listen to, and you know just just music in general is something I'm very grateful for. Something else, I mean, films, I know that's so strange, but obviously like films are like a massive escapism, um, and just, taking you out of real life to kind of make you forget for a little bit, which is what something we all need, especially when we're stuck at home all day and not really knowing what to do with ourselves. But yeah, movies and like even like YouTube and Twitch and Disney Plus is always a good thing for me. I'm going in with my mascara next, and weirdly enough, I actually decided to curl my lashes beforehand. Don't think it worked because they don't look as up as they kind of would be. I've had that kind of curler for quite a long time, and I barely used it, so I thought today would be the day that I would use it. And I mean, it's done a little bit for my lashes, but I'm gonna see if my mascara is gonna do anything. It's the Revolution, I think it's called like just Revolution mascara. Um, but oh man, I need to know how to like use mascara properly. I know that's such a weird thing to say, but whenever I use mascara, it just does not work. Apart from my lower lash line, because that's just a given. But my upper lash line. But yeah, I mean, guys, let me know what you are grateful for. Like below, everyone hope is doing well during lockdown. I know it's very difficult to live life normally. I know a lot of places are going back into lockdown. Obviously, London is still, it's London, they're never gonna uh, obey any kind of rules when it comes to face masks and all that other stuff as well, even though I definitely wear a face mask every time I go out because I don't want to risk it. I want, being alive is, it's fine. So I don't want to go out and not wear a face mask and have to deal with it because someone else doesn't want to. So lastly, I'm going in with the lips, and I'm using my Colourpop lippy stick in the shade Goldie. This is one of my favourite lipsticks of all time, and it's been so long since I've used it. So today is the perfect time. So I need to buy more Colourpop. I say that every time. And in the video I did about Ofra, talking about customs, Colourpop don't charge customs. Everything is, paid when you get it sent off. And if you spend over 50, you get free shipping. So that's quite handy. And it's easy to spend £50 on Colourpop. I could do it every day if I could. Okay, this is dried up a little bit because I think it's been a while since I've used it. Okay, I seem to have got a little bit on the side of my face. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of it. Let's see if I will. Yeah, all right. Well, there we go. This is my finished look of just randomness, and I really like it. I think sometimes I prefer my looks when I'm not actually concentrating that much on kind of making sure that this new product works or this other product works. But yeah, I like this look. It is I think I'm getting good. I think I'm getting better, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Because yeah, any kind of comment is a good comment, even if it's a bad comment. I would still appreciate it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments, like I mentioned just before. But please like and subscribe because I upload every chance I get because I'm still loving this. And I really appreciate you for watching and yeah, take care of yourself and be happy. Bye guys.